mind is okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to you from wherever you're watching from. This is Maiyegun live, and thanks so much for joining me from whatever platform you are watching from too. Okay, let me know if the audio is perfect before we continue. And while we do that, you can also share the broadcast with your friends, okay? And with your not so friendly friends, okay? Let them know that Maiyegun is live. Sometimes, when you sit down and you pay attention to the drama going on in Nigeria, it will be easier for you to predict what the outcome will be. And sometimes if you are very, very creative with your research and how you probably use them, some people might actually take you for a prophet, a seer, somebody who can see the future. It all comes to the same thing. Pay attention. Pay attention. I know the reason why breakup of Nigeria is not popular among some people. Not because they don't know how degenerated Nigeria has become and divided she has become as well. They know. But the uncertainty of, what will be our fate in the new place. And on, the fear of unknown, as people would love to put it, the fear of unknown makes them kind of hopeful in an hopeless situation. But calm down. Last, everybody will still come to that conclusion. And like I do say, all we need is time. Everybody would arrive at their own conclusion at different times. Because the truth of the matter is that Nigeria, as it is right now, is programmed to be in existence as long as northern Nigeria exists. And every component of what makes up of Nigeria today belongs to them, if you want to be honest to yourselves. But they have serfs. They have those they legitimize as your representatives and your speakers, and they expect them to act based on a particular workbook that nobody's seen. It's like unwritten code. However, the latest developments have shown to everybody that these same northern oligarchs, ruthless, bloody, corrupt criminals, they can actually be vulnerable. And in fact, they are vulnerable now. For the first time, they are beginning to show the symptoms of what it will feel like if they are treated in their own coin. Don't get confused with my prologue. I'm just trying to tell you that whether you are for the breakup of Nigeria now, whether you are for restructuring, as some people would love to put it, or constitutional amendments, there are some certain things that triggered this. Nepotism that was pretty much their stock in trade became more prominent under this jihadist group in government, where everybody now knows that you need to be a Fulani or pretend to be one if you want to have a place in the current Nigeria. So the division became so visible that they can no longer hide it, to the point that the insecurity in the country, which has become so huge and destroyed the economy of that country with their corruption as well, has prompted the southern Nigeria to take a stand. Oh, we are going to do our best to protect our people under these current circumstances. And in that regard, we are going to ban open grazing. But have you seen their reactions? And they now said that all of us from southern Nigeria, including their serfs, the people they put there as your governors and as your this or that, through that fake constitution called 1999 Constitution, they now call them gangs. All of us from the southern Nigeria, we are now considered as people who are now ganging up against the north. We are now considered as people who are now overreaching in a country that should be a partnership of all nationalities. The north, the south, this, that, the that, all of, you know what I mean? But again, they say if you do good, you won't have to be worried. But if you are evil, there is always going to be a day of reckoning. What is so certain is that power is transient. And here is something they are scared of now. With the rudeness of Buhari and the impunity of Fulanization of every parastatal in that place, right? They are scared that if somebody comes from the south as the president and decide to wield the similar power, and choose to end terrorism for real, these are the few steps that are really, really going to go against them. And I will tell you why they now believe that power should not go to the South. I will also break that down for you. A Southern president will likely not send their soldiers to go and kill protesters or to go and hunt down activists. Possibly not likely. A Southern president will likely want to prove a point by sending the Nigerian military and intelligence agencies down after the terrorists for real. A Southern president can use his position possibly to announce and seek for external help that can really bring an end to the terrorism. But here is the problem. That Southern president will need the military, and he needs to be in control of the military and the security forces. So which means that Southern Nigeria will require or will need the allegiance of the military. How do you think it's going to get that? First, it will need to change all of the jihadist apologists in charge of the intelligence gathering, who are pretty much a bunch of criminals, kidnappers, and killers of their own citizens, not terrorists. So you will need to change the leadership. So once you change all the leadership, there are things that are going to come to light. Secrets behind all the terrorism. There is possibility that a Southern president will likely go after those who are really behind the terrorism, including the Fulani invasion that is making the Buhari's government to demand for land instead of sending the military after the terrorists. So there's possibility that a Southern president will not shield Fulani terrorists killing people down south. There's possibility that a Southern president will never go and pursue Ruga. For who? Being the president, there's possibility as well that some of these guys in Buhari's government will end up in jail. Some of them, a Southern president, in order to win the loyalty of the world, will eventually release Nnamdi Kanu, cancel all of the charges against him, and probably bring him to the table, the Biafrans to the table, and say, let us talk. A Southern president can possibly do that. Possibly. Don't forget the emphasis, possibly. I'm not saying he will. I'm not raising your hope, and don't raise one, please. But this is their fear. How would those actions affect the agenda that is currently ongoing, that they are doing everything to entrench so that whoever takes over can sustain it and end up creating the local government areas for Fulanis in the south? So they found out that nobody will be able to do it in the south. No one. No Southern president will be sitting down like Buhari is doing now, when terrorists are kidnapping the northerners, kidnapping and raping women, kidnapping school children, and all of that. A Southern president will likely not do that. It will likely genuinely go after the terrorists. And going after the terrorists include going after their source of weapons, which means a Southern president will need to sack all of the moles in charge of security in Nigeria. And when you look at the moles, they are the Fulani apologists. Do you understand what that will mean? That will bring a huge setback to what they have achieved so far. A huge one. And there is possibility that a Southern president will call for a national confab, the one that will in fact will be implemented once and for all. And do you know what that simply means? It means that Nnamdi Kanu will no longer be a fugitive that these terrorists are calling him. It's like the Taliban, calling people who they have entrapped and ready to kill, calling them terrorists. So, power going to the south, that the southern governors included, and at the same time demanding for true federalism, demanding for state police, demanding as well for the federal government to take permission from them before carrying out any operation in their region to the northern bloc. Even though the southern part, they said power must return back to the south, which is normal thing. Like, it should be normal thing, right? After 8 years, somebody else should come from the south, maybe southeast, from the Biafra land. I mean, I'm just saying that now, but to an average Fulani, that is all of you are reaching. How many are you, Seth? So they sat down together. They look at all the data that they have, because these are the guys that are pretty much like, they talk to themselves. It's like when they talk to themselves, they amuse themselves. They feel like, wow, I never thought about that. Let me give you the instances. They sat together and they said, wait, when Obasanjo did 8 years, it was the turn of the north. So Yaradua came and he did 3 years. Then he died. Goodluck Jonathan was supposed to finish the last a little bit over 1 year left by Yaradua, so that the north can then bring somebody in to complete the tenure of Yaradua. But because Jonathan did not do that, Jonathan contested as a southerner, which means after 3 years, no, sorry, let's put it this way. 8 years, the power was in the south, in the hands of Obasanjo. Then the power returned to the north, and Yaradua became the president. 3 years, the north had the power for 3 years. So Jonathan from the south became president, and Jonathan contested properly, and he won, and he became president again, making him spend about 5 years. And he was about to contest again. He contested again to do 8 years allowed by the constitution. So the north grouped, even though they believed they had that power or whatever it was, but they couldn't really make Buhari president. So they had to get Shongolere Tifnumbu to partner with him. They went to the Niger Delta. They grabbed Obima Judas Iscariot, Amechi. They grabbed him. So when they got all the people that could give them a little boost here and there, then they brought in a Taliban, Buhari. So it was a war of, we need this power, we want this power. The reason why our people are poor is because we don't have power. The reason why the terrorists are killing our people is because we don't have power. So we needed that power. So they conspired, they came together and they got that power. Now they are using the 8 years, Abi. So they now felt like, wait now, we did not finish Yaradua tenure now. And what can we do? What can we do? Since the last election was in 2019, Buhari got a total vote of, they said, oh well, in the total vote, they said the total vote was about 30 million. Out of the 30 million votes, they said 16 million came from the north. 16 million. Wow. Only about 8 to 9 million came from the south. That even if all of you in the south decided that you want to, okay, all of you want to break away or you want to do anything, you can't do nada. Because as you think you have the number, we will double and triple the number. They will tell you that Kaduna, you saw those three Kardashians, Kaduna, Katsina, and Kano. Their votes, when they start coming, they say, when all of you go gather yourself together, we are not giving up this power because we have the right to complete the tenure of Yaradua. And if all of you want to go to voting, oh yeah now, and if you want to fight, where are you going to go get the weapon? We control the military. We will arrest all of you. We will kill many of you. So at that point, it's like the point of strength. You know, when you are at the point of strength. So when the South came together and they said, the power must return to them. Oh boy, this na signal. So if these people should get the power, they will do exactly the same thing we did. The impunity. And by so doing, many of us will go to jail. Many of us will have to run away. In fact, this Southern president can even, in order to be in the good book of the world, he may even hand many of us to the International Criminal Court for the genocide we have committed in the name of Buhari. So because of this, they said they don't trust the South anymore. But the Southern governors did something, which is like a follow-up. If you want to, I said, not because they have the power to make any difference, but some moves are pretty much very, very strategic. And we must acknowledge that, okay? As much as the presidency led by Sheu, deputized by Femi Adesina and co, spoke today and they said, and they hailed the DSS who claimed responsibility for invading Sunday Igboho's house and killing two innocent people who committed no crime. And at the same time kidnapped 13 people who they have kept incommunicado and distance from their lawyers, from their legal team. As you would expect in this case, what are you going to charge them for? Whatever it is, can you then please take them to court and let them speak to their lawyers? Right? So the presidency came out and they said, Sheu said, that was a fantastic job because Sunday Igboho was a criminal. He's a criminal, blah, 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 and he's wanted. He also praised the abduction, the international abduction of Nnamdi Kanu, the one that is actually going to put the final nail on their coffin. I've said this many times. He is the albatross, is their nemesis, and he continued to give them that same problem that will eventually sink them. When you remember Buhari's government, you will be remembering Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafrans, what the hell they gave to Buhari. The one that will. So they came out to praise that today. But the Southern governors, after giving those resolutions, they decided to go to Abuja and meet with the lawmakers from their regions to tell them, listen, for this constitutional amendment, these are things we wanted to include in them. We will no longer sit back and watch the drama from distance and pretend that, maybe it was all for good. Now we realize that if we don't bond together now, we're going to not just lose the current privilege we enjoy, we're also going to lose the people that are still pretty much holding on for us. And I love that. So this is the event at the National Assembly yesterday. I think we should have that on record. Okay? The governors from the South.
Why are you pushing me? is forced to take the national anthem. My short remarks as chairman of Southwest Governors Forum by apologizing to each and every member of the two chambers, that is, all senators here, all members of the House of Representatives here. I'm tendering apologies on behalf of my brother governors to all of you. This is the first time we are meeting. We have met before when we are going to make a choice of who becomes who, maybe speaker and everything. We met in the lodge of the governor of Ekiti. But since then, we have not called any formal meeting. And it's an unfortunate development, but it will not repeat itself. We are determined to correct that in the interest of all of us. We have a meeting as your governors, and when we finish, we do issue communique. And when it comes out, on a number of occasions, most of us here have supported our decisions. Chairman of the press, as you all are aware, we have just had a meeting of Southwest governors with distinguished senators from Southwest and members of the House of Representatives for Southwest. The meeting had both governors and distinguished senators and members of the House of Representatives discuss so many areas of interest. But most importantly, the meeting today deliberated on constitutional amendments, and we are resolved that we will present a common position as regards amendments to Constitution. And in order to achieve this, this meeting has set up a committee. The committee made up of distinguished senators led by the caucus chairman and House of Representatives made of the caucus chairman and attorneys of the Southwest state. The committee is to harmonize our position so that we can present it as and when necessary before the two houses, and at the end of the day have the constitutional amendment have a serious input as we take it. As we thank you all.
I asked How many of you saw them open that meeting with Oduduwa anthem? Many of you heard that, right? Okay. Now, it is very, very significant because that was played where they sang that inside the National Assembly or wherever they met them. And that was in Abuja. Okay, the Southwest governor, rather. Okay, we haven't seen others yet meet their own representatives. But when we see, I'll share that with you. But the message was that they all went to Abuja to meet with them. Oduduwa anthem played in Abuja. Akeredolu is buying time. Very soon, it will come full circle that he indeed wants Oduduwa Republic, starting with the Yoruba autonomy. That is what they are hiding behind restructuring. Let's see how much of this push, the Fulanis will push them to finally come full circle to say, you know what? We don't think these people want any solution. But I'm going to take a break. I don't know how I felt that. I felt good when when I saw them sing Oduduwa anthem. Let's sing it together. Okay, if you can. Lovely. So relaxing, reassuring, so loving. Honestly speaking, many people love to sing that anthem. And I want to sing that facing the flag of Oduduwa Republic someday. That was a bold move. Political, yes, but bold, very yes. What they did was to say, we're not going to just talk and talk. We're going to tell those that comes and sit with you in that chamber to deliver that message to you. There's a joke that they will need to do more in order for that to make any effect. To do more in the sense that those they want to send and those ones who are sending them with Buhari and Buhari's, with Buhari's compromise on them, all of them get their limitation. No. The remaining 2 years on the calendar of Buhari's illegal regime, anything can happen. 24 hours, they say, is a very long time in politics. But one thing is this: the North has received the message and they have responded accordingly. They called all of this a gang up. One of them even said that you see all those governors and all those people making all this, what have you, they are not different to Sunday Igboho. They are not different from Nnamdi Kanu. But do you know who Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho is to an average northerner propagated by this jihadist terrorist in government? They are seen as the problem of the North. The reason why People don't appreciate Buhari because there is a Nnamdi Kanu, there is a Sunday Igboho. Some of them are watching me right now, and we ask them, since you have kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, why, how come that people are still being kidnapped? How come that children are still being kidnapped from their schools? Children. How come that their parents are still being shot at by the people who are supposed to be in the forest looking for the children? How come? Are these people being sent by Maazi again to attack especially these parents?
About the kidnap of these children, and he will shoot gun at us. Are we terrorists? Can't we air our views? Is Nigeria no more free for us to air our views? He will shoot gun at us? For what? Are we terrorists? The terrorists are in the bush. You should go and shoot gun at them. What nonsense is this? The government should do this. They should work on this. He will come with his uniform and be shooting at us. Why would you go to the bush and shoot at people? Nobody's saying anything about it. And he's shooting at us because we're actually saying that they should don't have the accurate number now. But they are taking. There's nobody saying anything about them. Nobody's accounting for them. Only asked, what is it? And the women are crying because they have children that were taken. And he will shoot at us for what? We are not criminals. We are not terrorists. We are law-abiding citizens. We are only asking that the government should say something. What is our offense? What is our offense? If this is a government, this is Kaduna State. We only asked. They should do something about it. We're only lamenting.
There's no offense. Your offense is because you are in Nigeria and you don't even know that Nigeria is not for you. Nigeria is not for you. And those who have brought upon this calamity, they have spent over 10 trillion naira fighting terrorism under Buhari alone. Over 10 trillion naira. But you see all the weapons they managed to buy, they all ended up in the hands of the terrorists they were supposed to use the weapons to fight. Their soldiers are unpaid. They live under the most inhuman condition that you can ever think of. Even though they are soldiers, they were trained to live under the most dehumanizing conditions and all of that. But what about the one that your government actually enforced on you? But the generals, oh, they are billionaires. Past, present, and those that are working under them. Billionaires. So after spending trillions, borrowing billions of dollars, they could only give more insecurity. Now, they believe that they are almost there in getting Ruga approved so that they can then go to the next phase. The next phase is how to now turn those approved Ruga settlements, how to turn them to local government areas and gazette them so that a Fulani president can sign it when he's there now. So that if anybody try to change that, it can lead to war. Now, this war will not be fought in Sokoto, it will not be fought in Kano, not in Zamfara, not anywhere near Katsina or Daura. It will be fought right there on your own soil because they will tell you they are legitimately, they have the right to be where they are. So talking about power going to the south is now a serious concern. There's one information I want to share with you. This goes to everyone who is working very well to keep people safe. And lately you have been reading the news of people resigning from the Nigerian military and joining IPOB or ESN, or they are joining the people who are going to defend Yoruba land. I'm sending this information to you. Look at this guy on your screen. This is a guy whose image made headline a few days ago. He is claimed to be arrested as a member of ESN. And the guy came out and he said, after the Nigerian military assassinated the consul, right? The Nnamdi Kanu gave them the order to do sacrifice with 12 human heads. And they used 12 girls, right? All of these were the part of the lies and the propaganda you have been reading out there. But look at his face very well, right? He is one of those who claimed to resign from Nigeria military to go and join ESN. Among those they sent to them, those who were giving out all the information of their location in the forest. And whenever they take a break from their group into town, they are among them, and they have caused a lot of damages in the camp of the ESN. I'm sending this information to you because it is true. Because this guy is not just a volunteer. He was sent to volunteer. And his job is done with the declaration that he's been arrested. He's a soldier. He's from the eastern Nigeria himself, a Biafran. They are those commissioned to return back home and volunteer to be part of those who will be vigilantes, who will be those that will be working to go after the Fulanis, so that when all your operations, your numbers, your location, your information, how you get your weapons or everything, when they know about all of that, they do training with you, everything. And because they are coming back from the Nigeria military, you will think they are coming because they hate Nigeria or they want Nigeria to break up. No, they were sent to join you. Some of them became friends with our own respected Oloye Sunday Igboho as well. And I hope you are doing the house cleaning now. So if you have them in your midst, get rid of them right now. Don't even say, oh, that one is different. He's a very loyal person. He saved me. He gave you information that the military are coming for you, so you were able to escape. Don't fall for it anymore. Get rid of them ASAP. And if the Directorate of States for Biafra, if any of them have the opportunity of seeing my video, please get rid of these guys that are still within your camp in ESN. They are those who are known as the unknown gunmen. They are those specifically sent to weaken you, and they have done a lot of damages, including the killing of a consul and so many other information they have been able to be privy to for the fact that they had a privilege as a former military officer. As they are working for you, they are working for Nigeria. I think that information should help to some extent. Now, the conversation around the inequality, the injustice and all of that has now become part and parcel of the state policy in Nigeria. They need somebody to sustain it. Remember, when Goodluck Jonathan was there, and he was concentrating all his effort on northern Nigeria, and he was building schools. They called them the Almajiri schools. So all the children abandoned, the Almajiri children, they were taking them off the streets, putting them in schools so that they would learn both education, Quranic education and Western education, so that they can fit in and possibly take care of themselves. Goodluck Jonathan built over 11,000 schools for them to pacify them, believing that maybe if that, which was pretty much a brilliant idea, but they criticized it because according to them, they had no access to the resources. And having no access to the resources is pretty much, haram. And they didn't have the opportunity of being in charge as they should be. And why should they even take order from a southerner? Where does he have that power from? They are the only people who can actually carry out a coup, and it will succeed because they own Nigeria, according to them. But all of these inequalities and all of that has now pushed those who are even trying to be politically correct. It's pushing them all to come out and say something now. All of this can't continue like this. Something needs to give. Our people who want Biafra, they are asking for something legitimate. Our people asking for the Dua Republic, they are asking for something legitimate. But there's just an amount of time we can keep them under control before we lose that control. And in this regard, you have actually made us pretty much irrelevant in the whole thing. The decision about how this country is being governed and what goes on is being taken by these few numbers of people, most of them unelected, but we had no say. When we say something, garbage Sheu will come out. When we say something, the rest of them will just jump out from their wherever they are, and they will just all say, we should shut up. We think we should do more than that, okay? They all know that the insecurity has destroyed the economy of the southern Nigeria. So much, so terribly bad. And they also know that these Fulani criminals in charge, they have wrecked Nigeria economy beyond any imagination. Now they are trying to say maybe they can grab something back, but they're going to meet the brick wall. Because if you put it to votes, for example, they will tell you they have the number. And the number is what they deal with. Whatever proposal you bring from the South, even if all of you, and if you disagree with that, they will say, yeah, let us go and vote. They control the INEC. They control the police. They control DSS. They are the ones who are going to print you your ballot paper. They are the ones who are going to announce your results. So in the last election, they concluded that over 16 million people voted from the North alone. 16 million. And only about 9 million voted from the South. From the 16 million that voted from the North, they said they got over 14 million. Which means, with or without the South, they will still win. So if you keep any, what do you call it? I mean, Buhari got about 14 million from that, they said. So if you take anything out of that, you add it to yours, they believe that they will still beat you because they will write the number. And if you don't agree with them, they will send the soldiers after you. And if you finally find yourself in court, you will meet their tanko technicality there for the sake of national security, because there was a time that Buhari met Nigerian lawyers, Nigerian Bar Association, lawyers who should know law, and Buhari told them that national security supersede rule of law. It's rule of law, not something that actually empowers the national security. Are there no processes before you can put and say, oh, for the sake of national security? Buhari said that, and all the lawyers clapped for him. They clapped for him. Now, Buhari can ignore any court order in the name of national security. But we never put all these terrorists on trial for the sake of national security. Do you get that now? So what will then happen is that they will just tell you that, okay, come to court. When you get to court, tanko technicality will tell you that for the sake of national security, it cannot change the election result. Now you want to go and protest. Then they will bring all their killer squad, shoot everybody down, kill everybody as you have always been saying. Then maybe revolution will now make sense to some of you. That's why I said everybody will arrive at their own conclusion at a different time or different times. But where we are today is that the move by the southern governor, especially the Yoruba governors, who seems to be cooking something about getting the presidency for themselves, as they think they have that number and they have friends in the East, especially the Igboho governors and all of them, who also believe that it is also their right that one of them should become the president if the power is coming to the South. Now, everybody now, two of them, this is where the game becomes tricky. Two of them are going to end up trying to go and pacify the Fulanis. And that's where you and me should not raise our hope. But we like the drama. It's bringing them all to that conclusion gradually. So maybe with all of this, and they meet their brick wall, and the northern Nigeria as usual, with the rubber stamp National Assembly and Gbajabi Amoron in the House of Representatives, who is also a rubber stamp himself, when they now delivered what the Fulanis want for them, maybe the southern governors will now feel like, oh boy, since these people can actually field a candidate, and Malami will say, if all of you try any nonsense, we declare martial law, we control the military. All of you will arrest you. Yes, for planning a secession. And let me tell you something. These guys believe that they are so strong. It won't be a surprise if they arrest a state governor. And they say he is planning to overthrow Buhari in this, what you are going to face in this coming month, in this coming weeks, months, and the few years. So all of these actions will make some of them to now agree with all of us that, oh boy, we thought that we are part of the system. So these guys are going to say, well, we from the northeast, oh, we from the north central, whatever they want to tell you, they will tell you that they too, they've never produced president. So if the Igbo says they have never produced president, Yorubas should not even mention that. Just go and sit down. We are talking. Let's talk. Oh yeah, this is geopolitical zone. Who never produced president? They say, okay, these ones have produced. These ones have produced. They say, Yorubas, go and sit down. Tifnumbu, jump fence. Then the Igbos will say, yes, we have never produced one, and we need them. They will say, okay, great point. These people say have never produced a president from the northeast. And they have the right to produce president too, like you. They say, but that's unfair. The northern, they say, no. Don't they talk about northern Nigeria? If you are talking northern Nigeria, we can also talk about southern Nigeria. So they will play you that way. Last, They will say, oh, yeah, what we'll go do is a game of number. Everybody will tell you that it's a game of number. INEC will write the result. And none of them telling you to go and get your voter's card. I bet go and get them, so that maybe this projection will actually really tell on you. We like it when the southern governors said they want to ask their representatives to speak up in this ongoing amendment. All of them are still speaking for us, so they not talk to us, ask us what we want to. We all know that too. But I am still waiting for the time that the southern senators, southern representatives, they will then stand up in unison and say, we demand for this, we want this. And maybe one of them will just drop the bombshell, we want referendum in the constitution. So that maybe, just maybe, we won't have issue having to discuss donkeys, cows, and every other animal that matter to these people, like donkeys for transportation. Can you beat that? You don't believe me? Well,
distinguished colleagues, I have listened to the arguments. Now, my understanding and ruling. What we are talking about is concerning the donkey, not the donkey for commercial purposes, but the extinction of the donkey. And I believe that we could legislate on this like any other livestock if we feel that will disproportionately destroy our ecosystem. Secondly, even if we are looking at the economic value of the donkey, not in terms of selling it, but in terms of keeping the environment balanced, I believe that we have the jurisdiction to legislate on that. And based on our Standing Orders 25H, which gives me the chance donated by you to interpret the rules, I rule that we can go ahead and take this bill. That's my ruling. Leader of the Senate.
President, we are looking at this.
About the donkeys. They are not talking about cows. They are talking about donkeys. Even when Nigeria is burning, these guys are balling. But what do they care? Now, we want to see a time, a period, where this Southern unity or this Southern coalition or whatever we want to call it will manifest to that point where everybody will realize that Nigeria is not for you, especially the way it is structured. It is not for you. And to make the difference, I think the breaking it up idea will always be the best. But we can start with the autonomy first. They have been talking livestock, donkey, cows, donkeys, and all of that. A southern president or a power moving to south would likely stop that. And since they know that they don't want to risk that, they have everything that it takes now to keep that power. And not sadly, but unfortunately, there are people in the south that are going to make that happen too. So they have two things to do. Can we push that idea? Because that makes sense. It makes sense to them. Or we should just intensify the terrorism. So once terrorism enveloped the entire south, like it has enveloped the entire north, they will say they can't control, they can't conduct election. That too will bring everybody to another conclusion, which is similar to the same, a revolution. They don't trust anybody. This time around, they know that all they have done is about to be undone. And when they are undone, they will go far, far beyond where they were. And this time around, the breakup of Nigeria will be so imminent, so close and realistic that then they will not have the power to stop it. They will not have the power to arrest anybody. They will not have the power to kidnap anybody or to massacre anybody. They will not have the power to distribute weapons. They will not have the power to shield all these terrorists. All these killers will just suddenly withdraw if a southern president indeed ever emerge. But let me tell you something. If you ever get to a stage where they finally give you one, all of you will know that the military, which has given this, that's why he's actually thanking them. Buhari was thanking them today for keeping Nigeria one by killing Nigerians who asked for a better life or a better living. He was thanking them. They are really the bedrock of his bloody regime. So a southern president or a southern Mugu or another southern stooge that will pledge his allegiance to the caliphate and then watch his own people killed, that's something so tough to think. And that is not just that. These guys have destroyed Nigeria. That there will not even be any, even not, no, I don't think there will be any northern president that they will give the detail of the atrocities committed by this jihadist government of Buhari, that will never feel like, wow, some people should actually be facing firing squad for genocide. I don't think, even if that person is somebody who is not really so interested in the South and all they have done in the South, by the time they look at the book and see the organized killings in northern Nigeria alone, I don't think they will be able to stomach it. and let some of these killers in the name of Buhari walk free. So all of this has brought them to the conclusion that it be like in a chaos, so go settle this whole thing. When Nigeria is not settled, nobody will actually talk about election. And that seems to be the last part. And for them now, for us who have pushed them to this point, the point that they can no longer hide their prejudices against everyone, we also believe that they have reached their crescendo, they have reached the height of all their madness. And this is the moment that they will be firing from all cylinders, be firing from all angles, and they will be misfiring too, like what they did in organizing an international kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria. That has now put Nigeria under investigation now. The process of that kidnapping has now become an international investigation, something that would then lead to names being mentioned. And like Professor Wole Soyinka said, by the time the secret of how they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria become public, there will be problem. And that is true. Now, that has put Nigeria in that state. I mean, in that position now. Okay, that is another misfiring I'm talking about, because they are the last push. Again, all of those that brought them to power, all of those who ganged up and brought them to power, that they have already, destroyed to some extent, they too, they'll be finding the remnants of their leftover personalities to regroup and what? And wreak havoc on these rogues. Last, you see all of us that they have turned to, they have decided to persecute you, Biafrans, you are the Oduduwans, that they have decided to persecute for asking out or asking for a conversation that gives you a better share, a better or a fair deal that can let you have your own country, a self-rule, a self-autonomy, something that will make you worry less about a Sharia North. So that will give you the opportunity, because it will position you then to take over too. How? By remaining one, as we have done so far to this point. And they've stated their reasons, many reasons. But what I found out of all of their reasons is that they are scared. What is it going to be like when there is nobody to shield and protect these thieves, these terrorists, these killers, these genocidists, when there is no longer anyone to protect them? How is life going to be? Are they going to have to return to their Futajalon, Futasoro, wherever they come from? Are they going to have to return, or we'll just have to let them deal with them while we chase them out south and then peacefully just break away from there? Because a southern president will know that it is better now to give the state police they are talking about. And once a state police becomes part of your deal, right, it gives you the opportunity to buy the weapons that you will need to defend yourselves. And that's why I said they may be disguising now, as they say, they may be disguising now, bending and buying their time until Buhari is gone. But Buhari has his own plan too. He's not going anywhere. And do the southern politicians have their own plan when Buhari choose not to go anywhere? Do they have their own plan of how to get us out of this contraption? That's why I'm going to open the line tonight. They said that we should see and praise killers who invade people's homes in the middle of the night without any legal warrants. That we should see them doing it in the name of national security. But right here we have seen endless school children kidnapping. We have also seen just the latest one they did in Kaduna, so fresh, that the presidency of Nigeria came out to talk about Sunday Igboho, talk about the kidnapping, abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and praised the killings of 2 people, innocent people in Sunday Igboho's home, and also said that Sunday Igboho will face justice because Sunday Igboho is a criminal. Yet there's no mention of the school children kidnapped in Kaduna. Not a single mention. The parents of these children are on their own. And here we are. They are telling us that we should get used to it. Something I don't want to get used to. And I don't think anybody wants to get used to that. Sorry, give me a sec. I'm going to bring you on in a moment. Yeah, I'm going to connect you. So I'm going to take my calls. I'm beginning to take calls, by the way. But let me connect it first for a second.
Clear to you now how they roll. Is it very clear? Listen to the minister. Minister of Defense, Fulani. Minister of Finance, Fulani. Somebody that studied Sharia law is the head of the judicial system. Fulani. Is it very clear to you now how they roll? This is Politico Republic. Federal Capital Territory, Fulani. Agriculture, Fulani. Police Affairs, Fulani. Aviation of Fulani. Communication of Fulani.
Yeah, I have my first caller. Hello there.
Hello, good evening, Maiyegun.
Hello, good evening. Your name?
Chichi on the line.
Oh, Chichi. How are you this evening?
I'm very well, and how are you too?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking. So, you are live, please.
Yeah, Maiyegun, I want to say a big thank you. I seriously can't afford to stop saying thank you. And I'm sure I'm also saying thank you to you on behalf of us, thousands and one people that I'm able to reach you. I'm saying thank you. We are all saying thank you. And we are asking that you keep up the good job and the good fight that you're fighting for all of us. Yeah. And so far with all that is going on, I can only see by God's grace, everything will end fine. I'm being positive. I've always been this positive person. And yes, they have their own problems in the sense that they are also tense. They are beginning to run around lobbying. I'm sure you know some of them are already in UK to lobby. So they're going to, at least I'm also saying this so that they know that we know their move because they are listening. They are listening. We know that you guys are lobbying, and we want them to understand that they can go ahead and lobby, but the fact remains that whatever is outside is already outside, and this time nothing is going to close it. That door will not be shut. The door is already open, is open, and we're going to do everything within our power, except they're ready to wipe each and every one of us out. Then our mouth will be shut. Then what has already come out will be sealed up. If that is not going to happen, they should get ready. The music they started, we'll finish it.
That's right.
We'll be the last laughter, the last set of people that will be laughing last. And they say, who laughs last? Laugh best.
Thank you so much.
We're going to finish it. Have a great day, my brother.
You too. Thanks so much for calling. Okay, you have a good one. I have another caller. Hello there. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi, Maiyegun.
Hi.
Finally, I got on. This is my first. This is Yvonne. From Dallas.
Yvonne from Dallas. It's good to hear from you.
Yeah.
Please.
Same here. Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. I actually have wondered what the North actually thinks about the South. I think for some time we have actually played into their hands with our greed and called ourselves fools. They do everything for themselves without even consulting with the Southerners. You implement Sharia law in a secular country where the Southerners consulted.
No.
We have Southerners living in the North. You start with destruction of their businesses. They sell alcohol. Was anybody consulted?
No.
Did anybody make any fuss? So what is all this about them and their cows selling alcohol? Who did it affect? If you want to buy, you buy. Some of them still drink alcohol, being hypocrites that they are. But these cows go into people's farms
destroy their means of livelihood. People are killed because of this. Here in Texas, I don't think they will have enough cows. They have enough beef and they supply to other parts of the country. But you never see any cow anywhere. We are not same. The North and the South, we are far cry from each other. That's the truth. And whatever I'm glad with what the Southern governors are doing, and they should just keep at it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's about time. So they can bring it.
I mean,
but this time,
for the fact that this coming together of these Southern politicians, the governors, and all of that is really, really riling these guys up, means that they are desperate now. That trust issue they have, that trust problem they have, right? The reality of today is telling them that, oh boy, we are in soup. If these people should do what we think they are going to do, they have the power.
Yeah.
But they pushed the South to that stage, didn't they?
Yes. Because they succeeded in dividing the South for a longest time. So this particular issue of having whoever they brought in from outside the country that they've kept so quiet about. This is what is bringing the South together. They have a common enemy now. So nothing again matters. The presidency actually left for me. I'm an Igbo. I don't care about the presidency going to anywhere. So far as it's in the South, I'm very okay. That's the truth. So right now, it's about the South and the North. Let's just be realistic. It is what it is. Let's call it what it is. I know that we still have some people who are sympathizers both to the North and the South. I have friends in the North, but let's call it what it is. And the North should not be too arrogant. They should also know that they are losing some parts of the North too, with what the Fulani Oligarchy is doing. So they might not get Benue. They shouldn't be so quick to think that they have 19 states. They'll be surprised at what they'll have at the end of the day. Because enough of this bloodletting, enough of this land grabbing.
Thank you very much.
So much for having me.
It's a pleasure. And then thanks so much for calling in. Okay, you have a good evening over there. Thanks, man.
You too.
Yeah,
bye-bye.
That's lovely. I have another caller. Hello. Hello, sir.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm good.
How you are? For the sake of those listening, so you can tell us your name, please.
Same guy. Not in a circle.
Not in a cycle. So you are live.
Yeah. No, thank you very much. I won't take so much of the time, but I just got a confirmation when I was watching other YouTube today that those pictures, the pictures of those guns they so claim they found in Igboho houses is fake. That picture was a very old picture that they displayed, claiming that they found those guns in Sunday Igboho's house, and that alone says that these guys are cowards. They are really scared. They're looking for ways to silence everyone.
They're desperate too.
Yeah, so desperate here. And I don't know when we all are going to wake up and know that we outnumber these people and we are the power and they are nothing. Let me put it this way here. Yep. I don't know if you know quicksand. You know quicksand can consume a whole giant.
That's right.
We are like quicksand.
Under their feet.
And the moment everybody wakes up, stop being afraid, because you will die if you are afraid. But if you come out and fight, you stand a chance of survival. That's what we need to understand. We can consume these people and take over and make Nigeria a better place, or dismantle Nigeria, whichever one works for me. But I will say dismantle Nigeria. We have our own nation.
There must be a process whereby all of us will come to that table and say, Yamo will go. These people are telling us that that's never going to happen. And now they are pushing everybody to say, okay, if that's not going to happen, then maybe the other one is going to happen. And that is why I said we have not all come to that conclusion yet. that if we can't come to the table and make it peaceful, right, we may end up having to do it the other way. But they will have to push all of us to that point. We are not there yet, I believe.
Okay, like me, I am ready. I'm boiling every time I see this thing on the news, and I'll be saying, when are we going to move?
So do it.
Why is everyone so laid back? Nobody is going to push. Like I said, we are like a quicksand. We can consume these giants, and we now get our own nation.
It's about
that's all I do.
First thing first, maybe if that oil doesn't really flow anymore, that will be a starter. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
We'll find out very soon. Thanks so much for that. Not in a cycle. Let me take another one. I have another caller. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good day, sir. My name is Noye. I'm calling from California, United States.
Noye. You're right.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, okay. You see, what is going on in this contraction called Nigeria right now is clear indication that Yorubas and Igbos, this is the only chance in the history of the war of that country to show themselves that truly they are brothers. With the governors of the South having a meeting on Monday, after that, the governors of the North now come out to put their own stand. They are trying to tell us that this impunity will not end in that country called Nigeria. Now, if whatever we have done to ourselves in the past, whatever they have used themselves to make us to hate our brothers and hate everybody. This is the best time for us in the history of that country that truly we should overlook the past and forge together with a strong force to break away from that country called contraction Nigeria Zoo. Because the Northerners has indicated that truly they own Nigeria forever. Even the Tifu Tunumbu that is working for 2023. If he have a brain, it is now for him to drop whatever he's working for and move forward. I mean, bring force together to join everybody, Sunday Igboho, Nnamdi Kanu, and everybody that is interested for freedom to fight for liberation of Nigeria. And the moment he does that, the whole people because he has a lot of followers, those people that are following him will now truly join Sunday Igboho to move this cause forward. And that is when the world, that is when the UN will now be looking at what is really happening in Nigeria. Because by the time all of us, the Igbos and the Yorubas, the South, join hands, we don't want this contraction anymore. Let us end this marriage. And they begin to, that is when you see BBC guys, but now they call them a secession. They say they are group. They are not the whole nation. They criminalize them. But by the time, what we'll be preaching right now is the politicians, if their brain has not been removed, if they have brain enough, this is the time to fight for their own freedom. Because my brother, from 2023, nothing. Before 2023, Nigeria would have been taken over by the Fulani.
I can't imagine what it's going to be like in 2 years' time. It's scary.
Exactly, because it's scary, my bro. Because right now they are not interested in any killing
or changing. How can you go to someone's house? They are not interested in changing what is the trend, what is going on now. They are not interested in change. In fact, they want to advance it. Because we have all decided, we have all said we will not give land. We will not give land.
They want to advance impunity and more killings in the north, in the west, south. Because I'm happy that after Nnamdi Kanu has been broken over the years, right now it is obvious that what this man saw is true. There's nobody can say, so what Nnamdi Kanu is preaching over the years is not truth. Right? He was telling us that until when we come out from this slave, because the media, the stream media was slave to the outside, to the Fulani. Right now, the stream media, as what is happening right now, it is time for, because who owns the stream media, the West, the Yorubas. Right now, it is obvious for them that truly You should change your narrative. Whatever you are preaching about Nigeria now should change and bringing the real news that is happening in the north, in the south. That is the only way, my brother, they can
liberate
so from this.
Thanks so much for calling in.
No problem, my brother.
You have you have a good one, Baba. So, to some of you, probably feel like being one Nigerian is something that you are proud of. Buhari is not one Nigerian. Let's take it from there. I have a caller, and I'm going to ask my caller to please hang on for me for a minute, please. Okay, I want to share something. Buhari is not a one Nigerian, so why should you?
Mr. President, welcome. And I've been a student of Nigeria for many years, and first of all, I want to tell you that I have never seen such a hopeful attitude toward Nigeria and the United States as since your election. So I think we all here want you to succeed. My question relates to another area of Nigeria that hasn't gotten much attention during this trip, and that is the Niger Delta. It's a challenge that you're going to face. I wonder if you would tell us how you intend to approach it with particular reference to the amnesty, bunkering, and inclusive development. Thank you.
Inclusive government. Inclusive government. You know, how you include, women, youth.
Yes. I hope you have a copy of the election results. Naturally, constituencies, for example, that gave me 97%, cannot, in all honesty, be treated on some issues with constituencies that gave me 5%. I think this is a political reality. While certainly there would...
This is a political reality. Hello there, sir.
Hello. Yeah, good evening, Maiyegun.
Good evening. Your name, sorry for keeping you waiting.
Yeah, it's okay. My name is Joseph.
Joseph. You're live now, please.
I called last time, yeah.
Okay.
Maiyegun, sometimes it's just so shameful being in Nigeria. Like, if you watch UK Parliament, if you watch Senate of other countries, you see what they are talking about. But in Nigeria, they are talking about donkey in Senate. Like, is that what we should be talking about? In a country that banditry, Boko Haram, ISWAP, different terrorist organizations are taking over the country. Instead of you should be talking about how you handle the security situation of the country, you are talking about donkey. How is that even relevant?
There are many, many other horrible things they are discussing there, man. But continue.
Imagine. I watched an interview on Channels Television this evening about I think the chairman of Petroleum or something like that. He was talking about how we have to be fast in mining our crude oil and everything, that in a very short time we won't have crude oil and all that. Oh, you know that we won't have crude oil in a very short time. And the little one we have, you are mismanaging it.
Plundered it.
You are mismanaging it. So when there's no crude oil, what is going to happen? Because right now we fully depend on the crude oil. We are not even thinking of,
because you mentioned crude oil, Joseph, right? Because you mentioned crude oil, let me shock you about something, and the rest of my viewers as well, right? You know, these guys said they were going to build one refinery in every region, and they're going to build one every year, and which means by now they should have built 6.
Imagine,
but they didn't build any.
And they borrowed money to buy 20% shares of Dangote refinery.
God, why did you take that out of my mouth? I was coming up with that.
What is really going?
That they had no money to build refineries, renovate refineries, but they decided to go and borrow money to buy shares inside Dangote refinery.
Imagine.
Who be you be that?
It's just so obvious that our leaders they just know what they are doing. That's just the truth of the issue. They
It's
just know what they are
unfortunate.
doing.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's just so obvious. The people who are supporting this government, either the person is not sane or is benefiting from this present structure.
I love the two, or
I
both.
just, yeah, because it's obvious. Every sane human being supposed to know what's going on. That these people are not there for us. These people, they have their own agenda. They are not there for you and I. So if you are supporting them, either you are not sane or you are benefiting from the present structure of Nigeria.
And conclusively as well, if you are that either of the two, you are hurting a lot of people that you don't know.
Yes, but
they should know that they are
don't
hurting a
think
lot of
like
people
that because
that they don't know.
yes, it's obvious. It's obvious, but most of them don't think like that because you know, Nigeria, we have one culture. We always think about ourselves. That's the difference between a black man and a white man. Because I've lived in a Western world. A white man thinks of how to benefit his community, but you see the black man thinks of how
the community will benefit him. Maybe we should put it that way, Joseph, right? A white man probably thinks more about how to benefit a community, but a black man thinks about how the community will benefit him.
Yes. I don't know if it's because of our history, because if you read about our kings like Mansa Musa and all, they were very rich, but their own people were poor. I don't know if it's something we have inherited over time, because Mansa Musa is one of the richest men in that I've ever lived. But even his community at then, they were still poor, but he was the richest. So I don't know if it's something.
It's just about stealing from everybody and owning everything. Yeah, you own everybody, including the people.
I don't just know. I don't just know. Thank you very much for what
Joseph,
you are doing. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much as well for calling in, okay? You have a good one, sir, okay?
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
That was a very beautiful one there with Joseph. I have another caller. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
This is Ahmed.
Ahmed, you didn't come in tonight with your usual card, the laugh and the giggle and all that.
Yakeki, let me speak outside more. Yakeki.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, I said Yakeki, you say Lafia Kalau, I'm
fine. Lafia, okay. Lafia Ko.
Lafia
Kalau. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
So Mandala.
Yeah. So Mandala. So Maiyegun, you see, with everything that is going on in Nigeria right now, most especially the Yoruba land, the South in particular. In Kotola on later on, Oma Padawagba. They don't want to go with Yoruba Nation just because of their own selfish and stupid thinking. Because they are selfish in Kotofe gain. So they feel, about Yoruba Nation, But now they want the biggest, they are going for the biggest shot, the presidency. While the North are trying to tell them, you guys shut up. You don't have anything to say. We own this, we decide for you guys.
Yes.
If you remember, you said this. It will get to a stage whereby those people supporting Tinubu to come they will definitely come back and say, okay,
I should have supported Sunday Igboho. If I support Nnamdi Kanu, how many people they tell us that every day anyway? Like, I support them, you know.
Actually, the number is like, they are getting the numbers. And those agitators, everybody, that everyone's spirit is going low. Come on, everybody's spirit shouldn't go low. And the way Sunday Igboho is and stuff like that, it should just be like that, or it should be on a low key. Time will come by 2022. everything will be in open air and
bigger pictures.
Yes, everybody. Because now, if Sunday Igboho should be with them, like they will never want him because 2023, all those kind of nonsense, they know those are the people that can stand up and fight.
And they will pull army together indeed, and they will defend Yoruba. You are right. You are right. Spirit should not be down. People's spirit should not be down at all. There is, in fact, no better time that people's spirit should be up.
Okay, agitating you.
I mean, I'm telling you, Ahmed, because you know what, Ahmed? Yeah, this is somehow. You know, this is summer all over the world now. We don't get to summer. This is the time that the protests all over the world should be happening every day, everywhere. London now, if you are living in London, you will be running into different protests. If you are living around the Parliament building in London, for the past 1 week, more they do everywhere, Canada, everywhere. Keep it up, spirit down, okay? Now Nigeria, they will shoot you, okay? Don't go out and face them.
There is something Koiki used to say. Koiki says Nigeria is like a big elephant that you kill it from different angles. Because from different angles.
Until it's like one by one. Lameda, thank you so much, Ahmed. You have a good one, okay?
All right, my
good one. I like that. That's kind of a gist you have with people, and you'll be like, hey, you just flow with them. I love that. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Bishop from Lagos.
Oh, Bishop. It's been a very long time I heard from you. Bishop, how are you?
Maiyegun, I've been trying. I'm fine. I've been trying to reach you for some months.
I know. I'm so happy to hear from you, by the way.
Yes, my brother. Yes, my brother.
And your life, sir, please.
Yeah. I'm okay. It's funny, you know, finding ourselves in this situation in this country. You know, I once told you, I said, Buhari knows what he's doing. Buhari is just a wicked man. You know, he has made up his mind to punish Nigerians, especially people from the south. You know. And what happened to Sunday Igboho has a lot of political undertone.
I believe.
Okay. Yes. Because I remember vividly. I'm a follower of Sunday Igboho and Koiki online shows. I remember I called Koiki's attention by sending him a message on WhatsApp. Telling him that I'm not comfortable with people that suddenly come around with a form of gifts, you know, for Sunday Igboho. You know, I said they have to be very careful, you know, that most of these gifts might have some chips or some hidden cameras installed in them, just to monitor them or listen to voices or
their communication and all of that.
Yes. Then,
sorry, man.
Then the last show of Nnamdi Kanu, it pained me so much on that day that I was unable to call in on your program to pass that information also, because I had a feeling when a man called in and a woman also called in on that program, and they were like, they have something to share with Nnamdi Kanu, but they don't want to discuss it on air. They would like him to give them a phone number where they could reach him. Something told me right inside of me that night that Nnamdi Kanu should be very careful. He should not attend any form of meeting, or he should be careful, you know, giving out
his contact or what have you.
Yes. So I was surprised. He said he was going to come online the following Wednesday.
I remember.
I waited. He couldn't come online. I was scared. I said, it's like something has happened to this guy. suddenly we heard the news that he has been kidnapped back to the country. You see, where we are heading to, either the Southern government, accept it or not, Nigeria is going to break. But innocent lives will be lost so much before the realization
for that happen
will be spent, yes, by the Southern government. You see, they still believe that they can cajole the people into their politics gimmick.
Just to buy time. I believe they are trying to buy time, Bishop.
Yes.
Like, we'll be doing all of this. Maybe when Buhari is gone, we can then take care of the whole thing. But they don't know that there will not be that Buhari is gone thing at all.
Because Buhari is not living. Buhari has a game plan. He has a game plan. Malami has been pushing Buhari since late last year for him to declare a state of emergency.
Martial law, exactly.
Yes, martial law, yes. I want to declare that.
And that constitution allows him. It gives him that power to do it. Do you know that?
To do it. Exactly.
And he will do it. And they will defend him.
He will do it.
The North will say he's right.
Yes.
If you don't like Kamoya, go fight.
Yes. And what they are going to do from any moment from now, they are going to be high-profile assassinations in the South. And they are going to try to cause conflict within the Southerners. They are going to be high-profile assassinations. I'm telling you, if you look at the mode of operation of attack at Barrister in your first house, it was the same modus operandi that they used
at Sunday Igboho's house. God bless you.
Yes. But the only thing they did was in your first house, they were unable to get hold of the add this to the camera.
So he had this. He had his own. But they took that off Igboho. You are right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Bishop.
Assuming God was not with Sunday Igboho, what would have heard the following morning was Sunday Igboho has been killed by
unknown gunmen. I know.
We will not believe that it's the federal government that was behind the whole attack.
Thank you so much, Bishop. Let me take another call. All right. Yes. It's such a pleasure hearing from you again. Okay. Thank you so much. You have a good one. So that's Bishop from Lagos. I have another caller. Hello there.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. It's Austin calling from Germany.
Hi there, Austin. You are still using this madam picture. You are still using this madam picture. No wahala.
Yeah, it's my wife. It's my wife.
I know she's your wife, and that is a bit, trickery for me, but it worked.
Yeah, I've called more than 2,000 times. I don't know how many times I've tried to call.
God bless you. Now you are live, please.
Maiyegun, I'm awake today just to contribute to one or two things because
thank you.
Your message has been so inspiring all this while that I've been following you. I've learned a lot from you.
Thank you.
It's very, very educative. What I want to say in this issue is that I can remember the first time I heard the adoption of Nnamdi Kanu. I went to toilet. I lost control. Honestly, I would have.
Imagine.
I don't know what happened to me that. So, but in other hand, I have this confidence that something positive is going to come out of it, because I believe that I believe that if Nnamdi keep on staying in UK and talking on radio, sometimes it can turn to like an entertainment to some people. They will believe he's not doing anything. It's his normal way of talking. Right. And God did it in the other way, that we have to pass through this pain now for us to get freedom. So, and I believe something tangible is coming out of this issue. And
I'm
another thing
with you on that. Okay, I am so positive too, but continue, Austin.
Another thing is that I want every Southerner to stop believing Nigeria will work. There is no way Nigeria will work. You know why I'm saying this? If eventually Buhari leave the power, then you will see the damage these people have done. They have done so much damage that is irreparable. You can't repair it. There is no foreign investors now that are coming in Nigeria.
No.
Everything has gone down. Everything. Do you know that ShopRite has been sold? ShopRite has been sold. The remaining international foreign investment in Nigeria now is only MTN. That very soon you will hear that it will be sold also. So if anyone telling you Nigeria, let's manage, let's see, let's do, it can never happen. It can never happen. Forget all these things the governors are doing, what they are saying. They are only, either they are living in denial or they are feeling ignorant.
Time.
Yeah, they have to wake up now and call a spade because average Fulani man never believe in other people. The reason why, because I have said this so many times. Fulani doesn't have a place called Nigeria. They don't have any place in Nigeria. They have been looking for this opportunity for a very long time. That is why they are intensifying. Do you know that today there was an attack in Adamawa State?
That's right.
A lot of people lost their life. More than 24 confirmed dead instantly. And a lot was adopted. You know, what is happening in Nigeria is that you hear this news today, you think, tomorrow you hear the worst. Next tomorrow, it keep on intensifying like that. And there is no one day you will hear one of the bandits is arrested or prosecuted or whatever. The only thing you hear is Sunday Igboho. Tell me the crime of Sunday Igboho. That he said that the Fulanis will not be killing my people and I stand for my people. Is that a crime? Tell me the crime of Nnamdi Kanu. That he said enough is enough. They keep on killing. Like I used to tell you, the people that they have killed in Southeast, I wrote in my Facebook and say any Igbo man or Igbo woman that are rejoicing over their adoption of Nnamdi Kanu will never know peace. Evil will never depart from his home. Evil will never depart from his home because these people that are dining and whining with the bandits, and we are busy betraying our oath.
Persecuting ourselves and sacrificing ourselves.
Sacrificing ourselves. The Southeastern governors, Southern governors, Southwestern governors, if they know what is good for them, let them join forces together. Like you narrate, if you come for voting, they will bring Chadian and the people from Nigeria.
The children from all those places, they are building train for them now. Maybe by 2023, they will complete the train. They don't need to use camel to bring them in anymore. They will just bring them on the train. Who you want beat? The Northerners.
So there is no how you beat them. In military now, they are the one dominating. So they have hijacked all the whole places. The only thing we have to do is to unite together. Because what is coming up, I only laugh when I see the Southern governors doing their meetings. It's very nice. They are moving steps. It's a very nice step. But the thing is that they will come to the last point where they will say, we don't have another choice than to pack our people. Because Fulani will never trust any Southern man. If they betray Jonathan, that is a stupid man, that Jonathan that is a stupid man that have an opportunity to change Nigeria, they betrayed him.
Blood. He said holding power, there's no blood of Nigerian that is worth him holding power. And, man. The blood, he didn't want to have on his hand. The blood, in fact, Boko Haram has now turned the whole Nigeria to a pool of blood now. Look at where we are.
Yeah. Do you know that Jonathan that is talking, his own place doesn't have electricity? He's a president. He was a president. There is nothing like electricity in his place. We are talking about Ogoni cleanup. We are talking about Ogoni cleanup. Who would have cleaned Ogoni cleanup? Who would have done it? Is it not Jonathan?
Other than the soil.
He was busy building schools, railways, universities in the northern side. You can never place Fulani. It's impossible. As far as you are not a Fulani man, imagine the Hausas that have the same religion with them. Hausas doesn't please them. Are you a Southerner that you please Fulani man? It's impossible. It's impossible. Also, so it doesn't make any sense.
Thank you so much for calling in, okay? Yeah. And for staying up to this time to watch the program as well. Thank you so much, okay? Let me take another call. Thank you so much.
Thank you, you're welcome.
Yeah. So that's a very deep one, though.
Hello.
And I think that's what they fear most now. Hello there.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Your name?
My name is Temiloluwa.
Temiloluwa.
I just want to add something. I'm fine, sir.
Great.
I want to add something because I'm a very good follower of your show.
Thank you.
And I enjoy your show very much.
Thanks, bro.
The southern governors actually don't know what is coming before them. They don't know the weight of what is coming before them. They don't realize that the Fulani presidency can't ever give them the presidency. And it will only come to realization when, in 2023, when the presidency goes back to the north. That's when everybody will stand up and fight for his or her rights or life. So now the southern governors came together for a meeting, which is just mere talks, because they don't have any power over the military.
I know.
They don't have any power over. The only person that has the power over the military is the president. So even if you talk, all your talks are going to the bin. The presidency, the Fulani presidency will take your talks to the bin.
That's right.
They will never pass those bills. They will never pass those bills. It's not possible.
Because they've already said it's against the North. They said all these new ideas that all these governors are bringing, they are like ideas of people who are ganging up against them. That do you people really think you have the number to challenge us? You are talking about giving us condition that the presidency should come to the South. Like, where did you guys get all the liver from? That's exactly how they talk to them. Condescending.
Exactly. Very right, sir. Exactly. And they just came to realization. They just came to realization because not because of the people of the South, but because they are feeling it also. They are now feeling it. It's getting to them also. Not because it's getting to their people, but it's getting to them. The Fulani, the Buhari government is not giving them what they want. So that's why they came and they had to hold that meeting. It's not because of people that are agitating. That's why they had to hold.
Very right.
It's not because of them. It's because of them. It's getting to them, and they don't have power. That's the fucking. Oh, sorry.
No, bro. Come on, go on.
They don't have power. They don't have power over the military. They don't have power. The only thing they have is mere talks. Like we talk also. That's the only thing they have.
Because it's so easy to tell. Tell me, right? If I say when Sunday Igboho said we're going to chase the Fulani out of our forest, he didn't just do a video. He went there with his guns, right? And we saw him chasing them into the forest. We have seen our own governor with Amotekun. They say Amotekun are holding. You saw these pictures of Amotekun when they were launching them with double barrel gun and all of that. Those double barrel guns, they are not allowed to carry them when they go to the bush. They go with Kondo. Wow. How can you go into the bush with Kondo to fight somebody with AK-47? Is that not a setup? Now, a governor cannot use his own diplomatic seal to bring in ammunition to his own established security outfits that can go after AK-47 wielding terrorists. A governor doesn't have that power because if he tries it, that governor will be arrested for gun running under this Buhari's government. That's how all of them are now trying to. And like you said, it seems that because they are also going to lose power if these people choose not to give the power to the South. And that is going to affect them. But the killings, the kidnappings doesn't really affect them. Telling us that they are banning open grazing. Tell me, when they don't have any gun to fight AK-47 Fulani terrorists, it's just a joke. And I don't think that is too hard for anybody to see.
Mr. Maiyegun, do you know that we never had Fulanis in Nigeria before? The Fulanis in Nigeria were minority.
That's right.
If you call an Hausa man today and tell him he's Fulani, he will get so upset.
I remember back then, if you say a Hausa man and you say a Fulani man, it will fight you. You are so right. Go on.
right under our nose, the Fulani has committed genocide on the Hausa people. Right under our nose. Kidnappings everywhere. Boko Haram. Who are they killing? They are not killing mere Fulani. They are killing Hausa people.
They are killing Hausas.
The Fulanis are now in places of the Hausas, and very soon they are coming to the southwest. They are coming to the southeast. So we should all get ready. We should get ready. And you see, okay.
Temi, thank you so much. Let me take another call just before we go tonight. We have just about 5 minutes to go. And I think I'm going to take a guess that this is Osita. Let me guess. Hello.
One name, one neta.
My brother, one name, one neta.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah. Great, my brother.
It's a pleasure hearing from you again. You are my last caller tonight, by the way. How are you?
Okay, so I have the better floor today.
Use it well, please.
All right, brother. Yeah. Thank you for the program. And I watched the other program that you had with
Dr. Chidi. Oh, that was a very wonderful program, but I didn't have much time to stay back. I enjoyed that kind of trio. You know, it's quite beautiful. But
I was happy that you are the one that they are throwing the question to, and you are actually.
I was the one now having to answer question. You get that? Then I was becoming philosophical somewhere at a point. I don't know if you see that. I was feeling good. That's why I said I enjoy it when we have more people having a chat. You know?
Yeah, you really still had your time. The guy gave you your time. Anyway,
thanks.
Yeah, so you know, I was watching through and I was looking at. There was a caller that came in and said, "Oh, that they know if the presidency comes from South." There's something I want you to understand that we had this opportunity to deal with all these things during the June 12th, 1993 election. Yeah,
that's right.
Vote 1993. But what happened? They gave us General Olusegun Obasanjo in order for us to calm down.
As a compensation.
As a compensation. But that was not an answer. That was the solution. It wasn't an answer. The question that is being asked today, we want an answer. We don't want a solution. Because trust me, at the end of the day, if we overrun these people, they will come up with an idea that let us bring a solution, and the solution is to bring up somebody from the South.
You remember what I said on that program? Just sorry to cut you short, right? When I was talking about the analogy of a poor husband and a rich wife, and I said an abusive husband, if this wife can actually take a stand and say no more, I am breaking up, right? And doesn't listen to this abusive husband to say, oh, I'm so sorry, my wife. Okay, come back. I apologize. I'm going to be nice. You see these people grandstanding today, just to buttress your point there, right? They are going to make a turnaround and say, okay, we are sorry. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Okay, what do you want? We're not going to listen. Go on.
Yeah. So they will do it for a short while. And we'll get back to the status quo, because at the end of the day, we say, oh, let's go to rotational presidency. Then when you do rotational presidency, it comes to their turn again, they go back. Meanwhile, they stopped at the particular thing they were doing. So this thing that we saw that has built up, this monster that has built up, that we ourselves in the South were part of the people that built it up. Because this thing didn't just start. It started gradually, what we keep saying that, oh, because the South, we are peace-loving people. Oh, let's do it this way. Oh, the South, we are peace-loving people because we're educated, and they are not educated. That means that let's just give them the chance. But gradually, they started building up whatever they are building up. They said it's caliphate. But believe me, even the people in the caliphate, they are also feeling it.
They are feeling the brunt.
I was watching another program on YouTube on one of the this thing co-lights like you. A woman, I do not know if you've seen the video. A woman from the northern part of Nigeria. She's a Fulani, but she is a Christian. She was actually talking about the reason that they are the ones that is actually being enslaved in this whole thing. Like I said to you the other day that I contributed, I said we are not bonded together because of we know too much. We have too many educated people. Rivalry of who is better than who is always coming up in our own side. But in their own side, meaning we education for us didn't play positively that much. It played more negative against us. But in their own side, illiteracy played a positive side to the agenda of the oligarchs. Because even when they say the Fulani people are just 3 million people, 2-3 million people, but the families that are controlling this thing, that particular 2-3 million people that spend in controlling Nigeria as we speak today, that family is not, go and tag all of them, they are not up to 25 families. They're the one that is controlling this whole thing. So, in essence, that anybody will say, oh, they don't want the presidency to come from the south. I tell everybody that cares to listen, we don't want that. That is not what we are asking for.
It's not.
They have they have actually made they've actually breached that, create a breach between we and them based on their own culture and their selfish, evil belief that you will have to fight for Allah, you have to fight for God, their God. So,
and then we don't have a say as well. You know, any arrangement that, you know, me, I don't care which God anybody even worship, right? I will respect you for it. But you don't tell me that I don't have choice in a situation that affects me. And tell me that I can't say any, like, you don't have a choice. No. Okay, I want to talk. No, shut up. You can't say that. We would shut up. You get what I mean? And when people tell me I don't have choice, that's when I'll tell you that, man, you are reaching. You are actually reaching now.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they are doing. Video. They are reaching.
Yeah, I wish I could get that video and I'll send it to you.
Oh, let me play it for you. I have a part of it. If you are not in a rush, right? Before you give your closing remark, okay? Just 1 minute. Watch.
You don't wahala, we are suffering. An average northerner cannot feed properly. Thank God that everything is relatively cheap in northern Nigeria. If not, I don't know what would have happened. Aside food, what else do we have? But we are the ones owning oil wells. We are the ones. See, one thing I want Arewa to understand is all these people that you think got our back, if anything happens, they have dual citizenship. That's good subarmu. Zamu chinyekamu, zamu chikwakwa. If they leave, we are doomed. If this country splits, wallahi muzam fisham wahala. Because when it comes to education, we are not educated. We are backwards in every standard. But we have been holding power for the longest of time. So why are we backwards? Some people have placed us that way. And we need to question authority right now. Because in Abiyabache, muzam fisham wahala.
There's more, but yeah, is that the video?
Let me quickly add this.
Please, you have 1 minute now because we are rounding up.
Yeah, this morning we learned that they approved a loan of $6.1 billion, right?
2.1 trillion.
Yeah, I want to tell you something, my brother. The reason you are seeing all this thing is number one, Buhari doesn't look like he's going nowhere. Then number two, they are feeling the heat that the time is coming. That is the reason they borrow money, they share it among themselves, go and develop Niger Republic and Chad. The reason they are doing all this thing is because they know by the time they get defeated, which they will get defeated, the next thing that will happen to them, the Awuzas will not entertain them. The Awuzas will rise up. They will not entertain them. So this is what we are seeing right now. I thank God
They are
that
pushing everybody to that point.
Yes, I tell everybody that cares to listen. Buhari is a blessing. He's a blessing to the southern part of Nigeria. Whether anybody likes it or not, because without Buhari, we wouldn't have gotten to this particular point.
You're right.
The one that knows how to play the politics will have seen be playing the politics over and over and over again. But as far as Buhari is there, I thank God that he became the president of that.
I been make Buhari go for third term, ne?
Make him go.
Yeah?
I will tell you, make him go.
Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? They will just write it.
Yeah.
They will just write the result and say, make all of us come try our fight. More come outside, come fight.
Yes, because it will help us quicker. To achieve the end result. It will help us quicker.
That seems like a very good odd. I wish I can convince everyone to make sure that Buhari go for third term. So that maybe Google go for third term. Thank you so much, by the way, for your time tonight, okay? It's a pleasure hearing from you again, okay? And you have a good evening, okay? Thank you so much.
All right.
Princess. Princess said, Maiyegun General. Abi now. If Buhari, you see, Buhari is a blessing in disguise. Alenora, Angel, the baby. Thank you so much, the babe. I don't know if I pronounced that right, by the way. I don't even know if I'm actually pronouncing something that comes to my head. Angel, the babe. I don't know if I actually, but I know I pronounced Alenora right anyway. So thank you for your super chat, okay? So, because if Buhari is saying won't go for third time now, many people who have been telling us that we are just reactionary, we are just this, we are just that. Everything I say then will make sense to them. Like you will come to Maiyegun's diary and you will see 5,000 people, 10,000 people watching live. Because I will be like a prophet then. I will say, Maiyegun, Buhari don't say he won't go for third time. He go kill all of us. So anything where you want me would do now, want to. You get what I mean now? But I mean, Buhari will make you want to support the breakup of Nigeria. Every belief you have in Nigeria that you are still holding on to, I understand. There are many, many millions of people who are also holding on to that too. Some believe that the moment Buhari is gone and somebody else comes, this whole thing will change like a bad dream. Everybody will just wake up and it will just be like Buhari never existed. Don't let anybody lie to you. You see these damages done by Buhari to Nigeria. If Nigeria continue for another 100 years, you will not recover from it. And as it be so, now that they have approved more millions and more billions for them to borrow, they said the debt of Nigeria is going to cross 40 trillion at some point. Once it crosses 40 trillion, now you say all of us, individually, we are owing how much? You'll be owing 217,000, 220,000 naira to China, to all these places they are borrowing money from. Last, they will just begin to ship everybody. Some of you, if you get the money, you go pay for airport. So breaking up of Nigeria, it be like say China self go do the meeting. Some of you don't even know that yet, Abi. China will have to be in the meeting. All the people who borrow Buhari the money, they have to be in the meeting. We have to discuss it too. Well, that's just a joke, but not a joke, okay? Because you can't borrow that trillion and then break up the country. Which level be that? You borrow money, and you can't use your house as a collateral. Use Nigeria as a collateral. After you collected the money, all of you can't come out the window. Some people, they remove the window. Some are removing the chair. Some are removing bed. Some are removing the sheet. You are removing the block. That's the collateral there. The borrowers will be outside waiting for all of you that no, remove them. Don't remove that window. Don't remove that. That's why last, now revolution will make everybody say, oh boy, we'll just go cut deal with the people with the money. And who are those people with the money? Southern Nigeria. We have everything to make us great. We have everything to protect ourselves. And let me tell you, when people say, how can Yoruba Oduduwa Republic then make Yoruba better than what they have in Nigeria today? Number one, even before you have the Oduduwa Republic, before the Oduduwa Republic comes, before the Biafra Republic comes, right? If you manage to get to the point where you get a referendum in, and then they choose the autonomy. Autonomy is what simply means, even if they want to gather their granite pyramid money to go and buy coffin and share coffin inside mosque, or they want to use the money to go and buy Ogufe and give to widows as empowerment, whether they want to use their own Larubawa and what is it called, Sabarumo or Omolanke or anything they make money, collect tax from, in any way, whether they want to use the money to pay bandits, to stop kidnapping people, it doesn't matter. You see, your own money from Western Nigeria, your own money from Biafra land, you can use your own money to start building bridges if you like. You can use your own money to start building robots that will be generating electricity. Whatever you want, you can do with your money. You can do with your resources. Anyone you want, you can partner with that can develop your region according to your plan. To start with, it means you will be in charge of your own destiny. There will be no garbage Sheu. There will be no Isa Malamu. No. Sorry, I'm mixing them together. There will be no Abubakar Malamu. There will be no Isa pandemic of Taliban. There will be no Tanko technicality of Babalawo Ife. There will be no Bokuari, the Daura Mega, the living breeding mannequin. There will be no all of this crook, because you won't have to worry about them. You will have to deal with those ones who are going to be the new face in Yoruba land, because you know what? You will have the opportunity to use your own resources to develop the people, including having to, raise the army to protect every region against these French-speaking mercenaries, brigandage from Chad, Niger, coming down to Ibarapa to rape women that they are speaking French to. The women don't know what they did wrong. Terrorists just bumped on them. Old women, they raped old women to death. Imagine, animals. Imagine somebody in your age of 17, 18, because you have AK-47, speaking French, found yourself in a barapa. You found an old woman, Mama 81, 82, which still are managing a small plot of land that she works on every day. Then you see this old woman, and the next thing is what? Is to sexually harass her, assault her, and then violently violate her. But if you are in charge of your own destiny there, right, you may even have a law right there in Yoruba land. You may have law in Biafra land that says if anybody steal money, government money, now make you hang them on the second Niger bridge. Maybe if you have built your own Odumegu transnational, I love that, Odumegu International Bridge, the one that would link Biafra land with Oduduwa land, in a way, something beautiful, magnificent, something that people will actually come in to see. You can use your money to do anything you want to do and say, well, anybody will steal public money, now there would they hang them. I know you won't be that barbaric anyway. You don't have to hang people in the public. You convict them and you let them face the justice of their corruption. You are not barbaric. We are not barbaric people. We don't need to hang people. But I'm just saying, but you can decide all of that. Self-determination is not war. Self-determination should be something that an average Southerner should be asking for. Self-determination means if you collect tax from alcohol, Kabiru Shokoto, Sulaiman Taliban, or Iliasu Shekau, that is using that technophone, shouting rubbish on social media, you will not have to worry about him. Because when they generate tax from alcohol, they will not take the money to Kano. They will not take the money to Kebbi. They won't get that money in Gombe, where they are training they are rehabilitating the repentant terrorists. The money will remain where they are generated. Since Sharia will be in part of that their own part, they can tell where you can go and drink. And if they don't want anybody to drink at all, fine. And you can begin to drink Kunu. Kunu can generate tax as well if they actually, commercialize it enough, brand it, They can even be importing the kunu to us, including everything they make from their cows. We don't need the cows on our streets. You get what I mean now? These are the beautiful ideas of self-determination, something that allows you to plan. We'll be able to know how many people are living in Yoruba land. Are you with me? How many of them are Yorubas? How many of them are non-Yorubas? Where are they living? What are they doing? How many of Yorubas have jobs? How many doesn't have job? How many young Yorubas have skills? What are their skills? How can we put their skills to use? How can we then develop them? You see, when you have this real data, not the ones that there will be conflicting figures, where the place where they have a Boko Haram that have displaced over 10 million people in the last 6 years alone, but whenever election is coming, where they have almost half of their region are now in control of Boko Haram or different terrorist group, but when there is election, you will realize that places where they have no people living, they will deliver millions of votes, and that rigged because there's no reliable data, all fraud to perpetuate this calamity. A self-determined, a self-autonomous region will do better. I want to sneeze, and I don't want to have it on camera. Just before I round up, okay? Give me a sec. I'll be back.
Clear to you now how they roll. Is it very clear? Listen to the minister. Minister of Defense, Fulani. Minister of Finance, Fulani. Somebody that studied.
Shouldn't be hard. But I just don't want to sneeze on the camera. So self-determination shouldn't be something that you'll be cheering that they should kill people for. You should be supporting everyone asking for self-determination. Oduduwa Republic is not going to be an announcement. Biafra Republic is not going to be an announcement. It is going to be a process. And that process, good enough for the Biafrans, has begun. For us in Yoruba land, it's begun as well. But the more you understand why that is for you, the better for the entire cause. And in fact, the greater good it will be for everyone to stop these marauders. If they know that the political part they believe they have conquered, when they realize that the South actually comes out united, our people from the Middle Belt join. And then so many of our people who are also part of that northern Nigeria, but they are not meant to be called Core North, because they are not. By the time we begin to separate all of this out, they will either agree to peacefully divide this without having to kill anybody. But for now, let them enjoy the grandstanding. Let them enjoy the limelight. But we are counting days until the clash of the Titans. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time with me tonight. I'm going to see you some other time, and that will be tomorrow. To everyone who phoned in, for your super chat, for your comment, for sharing, for like, and to my friends on Facebook, on YouTube, remember, before you go, give me that thumb up under this video before you go, okay? If you haven't subscribed on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, you can do that now. We are doing so well that, I think it was about 2-3 weeks ago that we crossed the 40,000 mark. Now we have crossed the 43,000 mark. Now we are also going to cross the 44,000, cross to 44,000. I can't wait for a day that I'm going to be sitting down here or anywhere, and I will be speaking to 500,000 of you who are actually Maiyegun's Diary lovers all over the world. So share this, tell your friend about this platform, and you should subscribe too. I'll see you some other time. Stay safe and good night to all of us.
Nikecheka malepa ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òwúrọ̀ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.